Some federal judges across the country are getting increasingly upset with the Trump administration for not complying with their orders in cases involving immigrants. The New York Times reports, quote, at least 35 times since August, federal judges have ordered the administration to explain why it should not be punished for violating their orders in immigration cases. For instance, one judge ordered an immigrant be released from custody in Minnesota, but instead the man was let go in El Paso. The Times says this has come up multiple times in California, Texas, Florida, Massachusetts, Michigan, New York, West Virginia, and Puerto Rico. Former federal judge Jeremy Fogel joins us now. He is currently the executive director of the Berkeley Judicial Institute at Cal Berkeley's Law School. Judge, thank you so much for being here. What recourse, if any, do judges have? Does holding someone in contempt really have teeth?
Well, first of all, thank you for inviting me to be with you. The contempt power is a very rarely exercised power. You know, the public sometimes thinks contempt is something judges do all the time, and they pound their gavel and they throw people in jail. But actually, it's a very limited power. It's used very sparingly. And for a judge to get to the point where they think about doing it, they have to be pushed pretty far. And I think you could look at two of the recent orders that have been made, and you mentioned that in your opening. In Minnesota, Judge Schultz, who, by the way, is a very conservative judge, known as such. This is a bipartisan issue, and he was the one who ordered somebody released, and it turned out the person wasn't there. Judge Stearns in Massachusetts, who's on the other side of the aisle, had a similar situation where someone actually was deported after he had ordered that they not be. And the immigration acknowledged that they made a mistake, but they still haven't brought the person back. And both of those judges used their contempt powers to say, if you don't remedy this, if you don't fix your mistake, then the court has the authority and will use the authority to impose contempt sanctions. I'm not aware of any case yet where it's actually happened, but it's come very, very close to the line. And there's a pattern to the cases where the ability of the immigration authorities to comply with the court order is hampered by their, some say indifference and some say their intentional choice to move people out of the court's jurisdiction.
So alluding to that, do you accept the argument from government lawyers that the recent flood of immigration cases is causing things to slip through the cracks, or does it seem like more of a strategic effort to defy orders?
I can't read people's minds, but I think if you were determined to take the court orders seriously and comply with them, that there would be a paper trail. There would be evidence of that. There would be specific direction given to the agents to not move somebody, to make sure that the person